I don't need travel insurance. My credit card will cover me. Yeah, to an extent. Travel insurance encompasses a whole lot more. So we're going to break down the differences between the two. Hey, I'm Brandi. If you're new here, this is part 3 of my travel insurance series. And today we're going to be talking about your credit card trip interruption, cancellation, delay insurance versus regular travel insurance. If you haven't already seen the first 2 parts, they're on my page somewhere. Hopefully, maybe they're linked. I don't know, but go look at them. They're important. I hear this and I see this on social media a lot, and people are just like, I don't need travel insurance. My credit card will cover me. Yeah, to an extent, it will cover you, but only for what I say is the bare minimum, right? So trip delays, trip interruptions, trip cancellations, baggage delays, baggage lost. Those are the main things that your credit card are going to cover. When it comes to trip delays, most of those credit cards that will give you the trip delay coverage require a minimum of 6-hour delay. And I know that is a long time, right? I'd be mad after 2 hours delay and I'm like, hey, what are my options? But if you want to claim something through your credit card, the minimum amount of time you have to be delayed is 6 hours. With trip interruption or cancellation, that's pretty similar to if you just got travel insurance, where there are covered portions that they will be like, okay, that counts as a reason why you can cancel your trip or leave your trip early. But it has to be one of those reasons. Otherwise, you cannot file a claim with your credit card. As far as delayed baggage goes, your bags have to be delayed 6 hours minimum. The max amount that you can claim, it's $100 a day for up to 5 days. For lost baggage, they completely lost your shit, it's been 7 days and you don't have anything, right? They will give you a max of $3,000 per traveler to cover that lost baggage. For the lost luggage, it also includes damaged luggage. So the credit card will go up to $3,000 for damage as well. Once you get past that 5th day and they still haven't found it, then you're within your rights to try to ask questions about, hey, can I file a claim for my lost luggage? As far as coverages for trip delays, you can get up to $500 per trip or $300 per day. So you really have to, again, read the fine print for your credit card to determine what exactly is the amount that you could get depending on how long you were delayed. For trip cancellation and interruptions, there are also caps on the amount that you can claim. There's a $10,000 cap per trip. And then for the year, there's a range, depending on what card you have, between $20,000 and $40,000. The other thing to keep in mind is that most of the cards will allow you to make partial payments for your trip as long as the bulk of the actual transportation part is there, or carrier, so your flight, your cruise, or train, whatever's getting you there, you use your Amex to pay for one of those 3 options of your trip. Generally, they will cover your entire trip for the non-refundable portions that you want to claim. So if you paid for your trip with your Amex to fly somewhere, and then you used a non-travel credit card to pay for your hotel and excursions and other things, that can be added into your claim if it's non-refundable and you can't get that money back. Again, make sure you read the fine print for your credit card so you know exactly which portion you will be able to be refunded for, because sometimes it's not the entire thing if you don't pay for the entire trip on that one card. You just have to keep track and know which card offers you what protections, and maybe that's a better way for you to try to determine which card you want to use if you do want to fall back on your credit card protections. Regular travel insurance, cancel for any reason, right? For trip delays, just like the credit cards, the minimum amount of time to be delayed is 6 hours. There is a portion in there where it's okay, if you're delayed minimum 3 hours and that causes you to miss your connecting flight, then you can file a claim for that. Baggage delay, that joint got to be missing for 12 hours. The minimum was 12 hours. Flight delays, we can claim up to $300 a day for 7 days. So it maxes out at $2,100. It can go up to $2,400. It just depends on what you got in your travel insurance policy. With travel insurance, you have a max of $750 combined for clothing. And then different articles like your electronics and things capped at $150. Jewelry combined, no matter what, is capped at $200. Certain insurance policies do have an option to upgrade, like a luggage add-on or something like that, where you can claim up to $2,400. So if you travel with very expensive things, it's worth it to add that on just in case. Just in case. Do y'all know where that's from? When is it best to use which one? I'm going to say it's better to just rely on your credit card if you're going on a quick trip within the US. It's kind of a lower end cost for the total trip. And the only thing that you're really worried about would be like a delay or maybe some lost baggage or something like that. Like something small, domestic. No matter what, travel insurance is always going to be the bigger ticket item if you're going on an international trip, just because you get a lot more coverages. Like medical things you might not need if you're traveling domestically, right? So you don't need your credit card to cover that. You might not need travel insurance to cover that because you have US medical insurance. But when you go international, there's a different rules. So you want to have some travel insurance that includes a medical portion of it so that you're covered outside of the US. And then what else? Yeah, like just like I guess the difference is small trip, kind of anything domestic. Yeah, you might be able to fall back on your credit card, but maybe not. It really just depends. So y'all know me, I'm 100% like no matter what, get travel insurance. I don't care if you're going from Alabama to Georgia. If it's a trip that you planned out, you got a hotel, a flight, excursions, whatever happening, and you're going to be upset if you lose your money, get travel insurance. Because you just never know what's going to happen. I keep saying this, like, bruh, you do not know what's going to happen. Like, get the travel insurance. There's a time and a place for your credit card protections, right? That time is not when you're on your way to go skydive in Panama or Brazil. I think there's a lot more nuances that you have to really pay attention to if you're just relying on your credit card, trip interruption, delay, cancellation protections. And again, you can't use your credit card if you just decide one day that you don't want to go on the trip anymore. Travel insurance has a cancel for any reason option. I'm biased, maybe. I don't know. I do have those credit cards that I could use that protection on, but I don't even think about it because I always get travel insurance no matter where I'm going. But on those times where I feel like it's like, okay, I'm really just going home real quick to visit the family or whatever, like I'll be okay if I need to fall back on my credit card protections, like something small like that. But if it's like a bigger trip and there's a lot of things going on, I highly suggest you kind of lean more towards travel insurance than relying on your credit card. Plus, at the end of the day, I mean, insurance is insurance, right? Nobody really wants to pay you out, but like banks are a little bit more stingy. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So, anyways, what's your experience been using your credit card for trip protection? Do you have a time where you only use your card and then you'll buy travel insurance or what? Like, let me know. My comments and DMs are always open to you guys. Okay, bye.